I have a good son. I have 3 good sons, but fictional here. So I'm real proud of him. And he comes out of school and he marries a girl as pretty as my girl, their mother. And making $100,000 a year U.S. right out of college. So I'm pretty proud. But then I go to their home, my son, for example, and I would turn on the computer and I would see something that really disturbed me, that came up that they had been into. Or I go into the bathroom and I see evidence of drugs. How am I feeling about my son that has the beautiful wife and the big degree and the money? I'm feeling pretty disappointed. What's missing in the puzzle? Character. They've made wrong choices. But then you can have a son that would never do anything wrong. Okay, so they have good character, but they don't quite get anything done. They like to stand around the water cooler at work and discuss the football game yesterday, or Sunday school, or too much biblical talk in the middle of work. And so I want a little drive in my person too. So this is the total package, and this is what I'm looking for in an employee or in a son. I'll only talk sons because that's all I have. That's the package I'm looking for. So we trained, Ray Nash and I, trained 1,200 Cincinnati police officers. So you're a very easy audience. You're not wearing guns. And you're not sitting here with your arms like this, wondering why they made you come here. Because you came on your own. 1,200 Cincinnati police officers. And we said to them, we drew a line down the middle of a flip page, and we said to them, tell me what makes a great police officer. One word. And they gave us the one words, and we wrote it on the right side of the page, because we were categorized, and the left side was hard skills, and the right side was character. And every word they gave us that described a great police officer was on the right side. Every one, Ray, without exception. And then we said, tell us about a terrible police officer that should be fired. One word. We didn't tell them what the categories were. We were categorizing them by hard skills or character, but we didn't tell them in advance. And we put that on the left side, or on the right side again. It was all character words. They were arrogant. They didn't listen. And then we realized that their total success in their career that they loved, police officers love their career, the total success or failure depended on character. But then I asked them, of all the training classes you've ever been to, what percentage was based on hard skills? And guess what it was? 90%. 90% of our training is hard skills, computers, how to handcuff somebody, how to shoot a gun, how to arrest people. 90% of their training was on that, hard skills. But their whole future was based on character, and they'd had no training on character. And so 100% of those that were fired for character in the Cincinnati Police Division. 100%. So your total success or failure is determined by character, but all of our training dollars are going to hard skills. And we call that the 90-90 disconnect. That is so illogical to a businessman, it makes no sense. You have to believe that you can't train character to make that decision. And I'll prove to you that you can train character. In America, we have some pretty rough-looking young boys. And there's lots of boys that have piercings all over the place, tattoos, have their head half shaved, mohawk over here. They haven't given their mother or father a word of respect in years. And then you send them to the U.S. Army boot camp. He's been there. And they come back totally changed. Totally changed. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Can I clean the room? Can I paint the house? In how many weeks? 9 weeks they did this to that boy. Did they do it through training hard skills? Yeah, push-ups. They appealed to that young man's heart. They made him part of a team. And it is a heart-to-heart teaching. It's not head-to-head. The character stuff is so easy. These police officers, they could make a decision while they sat there with Ray and I and change their life and change their success that day right here, as all of you can. I'll give you an example. In Romanian, or we have China in here? Taiwan? What's the word for dad in Romanian? Daka? I won't try it. In English, it's dad. Okay? What character quality do I have a problem with? Listen to this story. My little guy says every time, Dad, Dad, Dad. In Romanian, do they say it 3 times too? No, just once? See, you're better. But in English, to me, it's always Dad, Dad, Dad. Do you know why? Because I've never answered him on the first dad in his life. Because of what character quality? Attentiveness. Okay, so that's the one I have to work on all the time. So he sometimes comes and grabs my face. And then Mom says, catch him when he's looking up from his work. That's a better chance. And get right in front of his eyes. There's so many stories. This is a secret weapon for you. It's just spectacular. And this, you've come to the winning locker room at the Super Bowl. This is the place that knows how to get it done. It is cheap. It's way cheaper than hard skills. If you look at the budgets of your businesses, your police divisions, they're astronomical for training. Just take a little sliver and spend it on this. Any way Cincinnati can help. We've had such great success. We got to keep it simple. There's so many things I could share with you. But just to finish, I believe this is the secret weapon. At the bottom of those notes, I went and I spent $20,000 to get coached on how to get better. We're pretty good at our business. I own a factory and we do a bunch of stuff and we've been successful in business. And we're pretty good at selling life insurance, as you can tell from that little award there. But I spent $20,000 to get coached. You know what they told me to do for 20 grand? Be on time, punctuality, do what you say. Which one's that? Somewhere on there. Finish what you start, and say please and thank you. 20 grand. Thank you. One last piece. I went into a police meeting. These are the 10,000 books we gave away. This is the secular version of the teaching for the 49 character qualities. And I gave all these to the police committee as a gift. We gave them to every police officer as a gift. And I gave them, and then I came in with the blue one. And they said, why is yours blue and ours is green? And I said, because this is the spiritual version, and I'm not allowed to teach that here. The chief said, no religion. And they said, can we have one of those? 11 out of 12 asked me, so I gave them as gifts. This is at the heart of what every country needs. It's at the heart of your family. Take it back. Be an apostle for character. It's the bridge between everything you love and believe and the secular world. Thank you.